So guys, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I would learn trading fast if I was to start over again. I've made so many mistakes, some positive things that I've done in my 6 years of trading. So yeah, I hope this video helps anyone who's new, or if you've been trading a while, how to change up your learning so you can try and get consistent. If you guys do get value from this video and you enjoy it, you get value, you like this type of content, let me know down below. I'll get back to you in the comments. Also, like, comment, and subscribe. It will help grow the channel, help as many people as we can. So yeah, let's get into the video. So I'm going to be talking from the perspective of a beginner, someone who's maybe heard of trading or just looking to get into it. And I'm going to go through the exact steps I would take to learn trading and get as consistent as possible, well, as quickly as possible. I mean, it probably will take quite a while. It's different for everybody. But I'm going to run you through the stages that I would take to see whether you like trading, whether you'd be into it, and whether you would, how to get profitable and learn. So where I would start, number one, when I first started, you see all this noise online. You see people, obviously the Instagram traders, people flashing all this flashy stuff, watches, cars, holidays, make money from a beach, trading, lifestyle stuff. And though you can live like that, of course you can. Trading, you can make a lot of money. If you can scale up your capital and get consistent, you're going to be producing consistently a lot of money. However, I'd be aware of these people to start with, and I'd be aware that, are they trying to sell you anything? Are they trying to get you hooked onto something? Because obviously for most people, that's how I saw flashy things like that, and it did motivate me. It motivated me to, oh wow, maybe I can have this life. But what I'd recommend is to go on YouTube, look at videos like mine, where it's just someone with experience talking, giving giving good advice. Or look for YouTube channels where people are, just look for free information, but look for things that don't necessarily have flashy things, promoting or trying to get your attention. Just look at the knowledge and the advice, and open a demo account on a broker platform, and just learn, just trade. You don't have a strategy, you won't have any idea what you're doing at that point, but just place trades, see if it's something you'd enjoy, see if it's something you'd actually want to partake in, because it will take a while to get consistent. It will take a while to learn all the information you need. It's going to take you a lot of years of experience. So you want to know forget about getting rich quick and forget about making a lot of money quick. Think, is it this type of path that I want to go on? Do I want to make money slowly and learn the skill? And I would start online. Just nowadays, when I first started, there wasn't loads of people online that you could look from, but now, obviously, like I said, be careful of the people that don't have your best interests at heart. But go online on YouTube and look at people documenting their journey. Look at people, live trading. I looked at a lot of live trading, so people posting their live trades of, what the profit they made or the losses or whatever that may be, and just see if it's something you'd like to start with. And now, once you're happy and you like trading, you want to learn it, the best place, the thing I would do, and this is the hard part, is I would go and pay for a community. I would pay for education. Now, this is the tricky part, because again, ultimately, people think that if you pay for education, that person's a scammer. And there are a lot of scammers out there. There's a lot of people that don't make any money themselves, and they're solely making money off you paying for education. However, there are legitimate people out there that have been trading for years and want to help people that from where they remember where they were at, where they were struggling for consistency, and they want to help people with the knowledge and experience they've gained. So, because I was reluctant to pay for education, because I thought, I don't want to get scammed, I don't want to lose my money, what they're doing, I don't. But what I did is I just did it, and I thought, end of the day, worst case, if it's not very good, I'll lose a bit of money and I'll just start again. Like I'll just focus online or learn it myself. But the moment I did that, and the education that I use, they're not around anymore, so I can't recommend them. Plus, it's not really my position to recommend. You have to do your own due diligence. Just look out for the signs, like I said before, about people flashing lifestyle, making it seem easy. The company I went with, they were saying how hard it's going to be. You have to put a lot of years of effort in. We'll give you the tools and knowledge and information, but you've got to work hard outside of that to do well. And find the education, because once you find the education, you can be led on the right path. Most people who do trading, they don't understand it. Not people around you aren't going to understand it. So if you're in a community of people that are trading, are doing well, can guide you from the experience they've got, I think that's a massive place to start if you want to get consistent and you want to learn trading. Because if I'd have got education quicker, I spent the first year not getting education. I was just trading my own money on a small amount of money on a small account. But I didn't really have a strategy. I didn't understand probability. I didn't understand risk reward. I didn't understand risk. I didn't understand any of this stuff. So the first thing I would say is, well, number one, look and see if you're actually interested in it. So look at free information, free websites, and see if you actually want to learn trading. You want to take the plunge and actually learn. And then once you've done that, I think it's important to look for education so you can be part of a community of people doing it. Now, again, I can't recommend anyone. I'm not going to recommend anyone because I'm not affiliated with anyone. I wouldn't do that. That's for you to decide and you to do your own due diligence. But that would be the first step that I would take. Next, I would say, obviously, stay with that community, learn all the information. If they're not very good, and you can tell, then you have to make the decision maybe to leave. But for the most part, I paid monthly, so I paid, I think, about £80 a month, and I got live webinars, live trading recap videos, weekly and monthly, like Q&As that you could be part of, asking them questions, advice. And then I also paid, I think, £500, and it was for a strategy. It was like a document, not a document, it's like a webinar type thing where they went through the exact strategy, what trading is, and I learned all my information that way. And so that's what I paid for. And again, I understand the feeling of like, oh, this is what happens if it's a scam. What happens if you don't do well, and all this. I understand exactly. I was in that position. I thought I don't want to lose money, but I thought the only way I'm actually going to learn is have the trust that someone does know what they're talking about. So I just did that. So yeah, I would learn with them, stay with them, take the advice, stick with the strategy, and keep improving, and then get consistent. That's the next step. Once you learn the education, get consistent. If I was to learn again, I would got the education quicker, then I'd have asked more questions. I'd have had more confidence to ask more questions. I would have, got involved more. I would have actively chatted in the webinars. I didn't really. I just sat there and let everyone else ask questions, and I'd just look at the answers. I'd get more actively involved and make sure I'm learning as best I can. Then you want to strive for consistency. So just month upon month. If you're trading a small account, it can be a couple £100. I started with 500. Learn on a small account and get consistent with that strategy. Be inspired by the people that are doing well, and just focus on that. And then lastly, scale up and look for funding. That's what I would do. That would be the steps I would do. I wouldn't look to flip an account. I wouldn't look to go high risk on £1,000, risking 20% per trade, leveraging high. I would look at learning consistent growth on a small account and then scale up when you're in a position to do so. The consistency of how people ask, how long will it take to be consistent? That's dependent on the individual. It can vary. Took me a bit longer than what someone else would take, and that's again through some of my own mistakes and through just the process. It took me a bit longer, but that's why with this channel I can help and document and tell people things to avoid, things to do. But yeah, that would be the steps I would take. Learn, start online for free. There's a lot of good people out there, but just be aware of the bad, negative people that don't necessarily have your best interests at heart. Then look for paid education. Once you go for paid, because if you any skill set that you're trying to do, and I know it has a negative stigma, and I know people talk bad about it and assume they're scammers, and there are plenty, but anything you learn, you have to pay for. Whether it's you're learning to drive, you pay for driving instructor. Whether you become an accountant, you have to do these exams, you have to pay. Lots of time the company that you work for pays for that, but you have to pay for education. If you go to uni, you pay for education. So you can't just assume that you're just gonna learn it yourself with zero experience. You might make some mistakes where you pay for someone that's not very good, or you might make, for me, it was decent company straight off the bat. So just do your research and make sure that you look for people that are good. And then I'd recommend just learning it with the knowledge that you've learned from them. Maybe tweak some of the stuff if it suits you better. Backtest your strategy. Make sure outside of the hours of you're doing the webinars or you're learning or actively trading, backtest your strategy so you have the data to know exactly how much it would have made in the previous months. Yes, that doesn't mean it's going to make money this next month, but you have confidence if you have 6 months or a year's worth of data to say this strategy made X amount at this point. So you go through the exact strategy, where you would enter, where you would exit, where you would get out your trades, and you add up the data, your win rate, how much it won, 50%, 60%, however much you won. You look for the actual return on your money. And that gives you confidence then going forward that you can execute that same system and you'll hopefully get returned like that in the future. Never guaranteed, but it gives you confidence to execute your trades. And then, yeah, journal your trades. Make sure you look at your weaknesses, your strengths. And this is all done outside of trading. There was a thing called ASR, Advanced Self-Review. So you look at the missed positions that week, the trades you missed. Why did you miss them? Were you busy? Did you actively miss them because you were emotional? You look at the trades that you took. Were they part of your plan? If so, Was it a win or a loss? If it's part of your plan, that doesn't matter. If it wins and it's a part of your plan, that's good. If it loses and it's part of your plan, that's good, because if you keep doing that and keep executing that same trade over and over again, you'll be up on your money. Was there a trade that wasn't part of your plan? And if so, did that win? If that won, that's bad trade. So yes, you made money, but it was a bad trade, because if you do that again next week, you're going to probably lose money because it was just luck. It wasn't part of your plan. So yeah, you do your review and make sure you look at the positions that you missed out on. Was there any profit left on the table that you didn't take that month, that week? Was there trades that you managed incorrectly that you should have got out of, or you should have stayed in? And that's all part of your management plan. And yeah, just keep working at it, keep getting experience from the live markets, and that's pretty much how I would go about it if I was learning again. Again, the time frame can be different for everybody, but that's the process I would go down. That's the steps I would take. Learn online for free to see if you like trading. If you are passionate about it and want to actually generally progress and learn, I'd pay for education. Again, look for people that are worthy and are good and have a good reputation, and then stay with them. Learn everything off the professionals and people that have the experience and have the things you want. Work outside of it in terms of ASR, like I just said, back testing your strategy, getting live experience. And then once you're in a position, scale up, look to scale up your capital and progress financially that way. So yeah, if you guys get value from this video and you enjoy this type of content and you gain some insight, I'd appreciate liking, comment, and subscribing. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.